going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is the August in the bag. I know I apologize. I meant to do something at the beach again for this week's video, but I didn't really have that opportunity. Right after I filmed the Joe Weeks Park video, I had the rest of that afternoon, and then we had to leave early for some stuff that was out of my control. That's no problem. So you get the in the bag on August 1st, which is so it's just a kind of free slot for me to post that, since I do it. If you're new here, I do an in the bag every quarter because it changes fairly often. Not much has changed since the last in the bag, but this is the most comfortable I've been with my bag ever. So we'll get into it. The first thing I want to go over is the bag that I'm currently using. This is the 19th Crew cooler bag. I will put my full setup right here. I use it with my Rover cart, but it's got a cooler in it, and it helps keep my my drinks and stuff cold. This is probably my favorite purchase this year. It was a Father's Day present to myself, and I love it to death. I use the crap out of it with my Rover cart. It's perfect. Keeping my insulin cold because I'm a type 1 diabetic. Keeping my drinks and snacks, everything cold. It does just exactly what I want it to do, and it's been a great bag. When I can't use my Rover cart, I'm still using the OG V2 bag that I've had in the past that comes with me. Yeah, keep my spare discs in it. But this is my current bag that I'm using with my Rover cart. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the putters. Still putting with the dime. Got the soft dimes from Hooligan discs, red and black. Been really liking these things. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you guys see the 25 footers every day. I ordered 10 of these so that way I can consistently putt with just the one putter and not have to change my putter up at all. But these things have been really great. I forgot them for the Virginia Commonwealth Games, which kind of sucked, but I did have Khalif had an extra dime that I used. So those are my putting putters. One of my throwing putters, I have a Koi, same thing. You guys know about the Koi and how it works. Super gummy, really good for when I'm throwing an upshot or doing a jump putt. I'm trying to get it up close to the basket with a really big drop off or something, or again, it makes me feel pretty safe running putts like that have those large drop offs. Those are my three putters that I use in my bag. I have other putters, but those are in the approach section, which we will go ahead and get into now. All right, guys, so for the approach section, it's a lot of the same, really. You'll see a common theme here in just a second, but I have the Gateway Ghoul. I love this disc for a multitude of different reasons. One, it's very torque resistant. I can't remember what they said was the top and what was the bottom, but the disc is very torque resistant. It can fly straight. I can throw it out of flex and it'll hold the line. So this is my more understable forehand approach disc. I use it a lot. And then I have my Devil Hawk. Threw my other Devil Hawk in the water, my Eraser Devil Hawk, so I have this one again. But same thing, it's got the thumb track. As you can see, I really do like the thumb track. It feels really good for forehands. This one will hold the line also, but it is a little bit more overstable than the Ghoul. So if I want up in stability, I use the Devil Hawk. And then I have the Vessel, Thought Space Vessel. It's like a zone, basically, but again, you see it's got the thumb track, which I really like, and I've kind of fallen in love with this disc. It's taking the Justice out of my bag. So this is what I've been using for that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the mid-ranges. Okay, so I only have one mid-range in the bag. Technically, one mid-range in the bag is the Prophecy. I believe this is the Organic Hemp Blend, yep, from Gateway. It's board flat, 5502, flies just like the numbers. I throw that whenever I need a mid-range off the tee, this is what I'm throwing. So this is my throwing, I guess, my throwing mid-range that I use. Feels really comfortable for forehands too. Fits right there in the little notch of my hand, so But yeah, this is the only mid-range I have in the bag. But we will move on to the fairway drivers. Okay, so I have 4 fairway drivers. One of which is on its way out as well. By the time you guys are seeing this video, they will have been released. I'll go ahead and put it up right here. The new Adventures from Hole 13. I'll tell you what that one's gonna replace here in a second. But right now I have this Blaze, which is what's gonna end up getting replaced with the Wanderlust, or not the Wanderlust, the Adventurer, the new Adventurers. This is supposed to be a 7403, but it turns right out of the hand. It's got a pretty decent sized dome to it. My other one, my blue one's got a really big dome on it. But this one has a pretty decent sized dome on it. It's more understable. It will fight out of it eventually, but out of the hand it's going to turn for me. But this will be replaced soon. And then I have the new Streamline Turbulence. As you can see, again, I love the little dip off here for the thumb track. Just an overstable 7-speed. Just, you know, something that's going to fly straight and go right for me. Turbulence. Okay, next I have the Hooligan Thread, which is basically a 9-speed version of the Adventurer that I'm going to be getting. It's a 9.5, -1.1. It will turn for me. It goes far as crap. It turns, and it you know, reliable fade at the end. It's pretty flat too, so it feels pretty comfortable forehand. I love this disc, straight flying disc. Goes super far. And then for my overstable 9-speed, I have the Captain's Raptor. Oh, you guys know how I feel about this disc. It's a staple in my bag. I don't think anything is ever going to take it out of it unless I find another overstable 9-speed that I like. I can really hammer over on this thing. It's going to fight back every single time. I love the cap wrap. So let's go ahead and move into my distance drivers. Okay, so my distance drivers, I'll start with these. I have 2 Wanderlusts in the bag. This is the retooled version of the Wanderlust, the disc member box stamp on it, which is super dope. Flip up, fly straight type of disc for me, and then a reliable fade. I really like this one. And then I have the old Wanderlust with the Bogeyman stamp on it. As you guys can see, this is becoming more of like a utility disc, a roller disc, sometimes short distance tomahawks, depending on what I'm looking at. But it's more of a utility disc than a distance driver at this point. But this thing is my most understable distance driver. And we'll move up in stability kind of like we just did. Next I have one of my 2 Hooligan Yeets in here. This thing I can throw pretty hard and it'll turn, but it'll fight out of it at the end. It's a very reliable disc. I can throw it just about any hole and it'll do the same thing. It holds up pretty well in wind too, so I really love the Yeet. These Yeets have a little bit more dome on them than the other ones, but this is one of my favorite discs from Hooligan. It's a staple in my bag. It's not going anywhere. And then a new disc that I've really fallen in love with is the Gateway Illusion. It's kind of got that same, almost a thumb track. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's kind of comes back up right here. I love this disc. I'm using it as my main, overstable distance driver. I don't throw very many flexes out of it, but it is fairly overstable. I can hammer over on it pretty hard and it will turn, but it'll eventually, it's going to fight out and go right. I've fallen in love with this disc. I love this disc very much. And it's become a staple as well. I need to order some more for, in case I lose it. But if you can see, this one's got a pretty decent sized dome on it, so it bombs as well. And the last thing we're going to go over is my Tomahawk discs. Okay, so my Tomahawk discs, I have 4. And I use all of them very often, all the time. We're going to go with least stable to most stable. So we'll start with my Hooligan Vibe. It's an 11 speed, 11.5, -2.2. You can see this thing is beat to crap. It's one of the first discs I got when I got picked up by Hooligan. It's seen better days, but it's just a straight line woods. If I'm in the woods and I need to kind of go straight with a tight gap. I'm throwing this thing. I love this thing. I've gotten to the point, I used to have another vibe in here for skip shots, but I can skip shot this thing just as well. So this is what I use for short distance and skip shots. Next, I have my other Hooligan Yeet. This is also beat to crap. It's probably the longest standing disc in my bag. I used to be able to get about 280, 300 out of it. Now I can probably get about 250 comfortably, but 230, 240 is more along the lines of what I'm throwing it comfortably. Just a point and shoot tomahawk disc. It flips pretty quickly. It holds up in wind. It's a very good, you know, it's becoming more of an approach disc than a off the tee tomahawk disc, but it's still great. It still works for what I need it to. All right, so the next thing up is the Jake Wolf Nuke OS. I love this thing. This is my 300-foot tomahawk range. It's very overstable, holds up very well in wind. I've also used it for some placement shots because it takes a little bit longer to pan out, but it will dive depending on how hard I throw it. But yeah, this thing, it's just a step up from the Yeet. Goes a little bit farther, pans a little bit slower. It's just normal. And then my max distance tomahawk disc, I use the Speed Demon, Gateway Speed Demon. This thing, I don't know how or why it's like this, but this is the farthest I've ever thrown a tomahawk. I can throw this thing probably about 360 on a tomahawk, which is insane to me. I could never do that before. But it goes up in the air. It takes forever to pan, and when it finally pans, it comes right back down. But the longer it takes to pan, the farther it goes. And this thing is just a bomber tomahawk disc. I don't have to throw it very hard for it to go that far. I'm still kind of working out some kinks with it as far as like grip locks and how hard I need to throw it all the time in order for me to get that long pan. But as I use it, this is gonna be the bomber tomahawk disc in my bag. I don't have to throw it very hard. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the In the Bag of August. Next week, probably have a little 9-hole, one disc only. It's either gonna be the Ghoul or the Vessel, one of the two. I might put them against each other. We'll see how it goes. But that's probably what you guys will get next week. And then the week after that, I have the North Carolina PKU Championships. I don't know if I'm going to be playing or not. I'm probably not because I'm hosting the tournament. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But that's the next video you'll get after whatever's next week. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Post every Friday. Don't want to miss next week's post. Yeah, we'll see you next Friday.